Students of all stripes this month are completing their school year, some with great distinction. Amid the many literature and language majors, Steve Hartman found a unique young man of letters.
Spelling is easy.
Easy for you, maybe.
It never was our best subject.
Spelling was always giving me trouble.
And if anything, over the years, we've probably gotten worse at it. Today, most of us figure that's what computer spell checkers are for. And as Dan Quayle proved, it's not like you need to know how to spell to get a good job.
The vice president spelled it wrong, and I was right.
As a result, we are now a nation of chronic misspellers. Or at least I'd say that's the general consensus.
C-O-N-S-E... Oh, wow. C-O-N-S-E-C-E-N...
And while most of us flounder with the simplest words, there is one person out there reaching remarkable heights of alphabetic acrobatics.
C-R-A-N-I-O-S-C-O-P-Y, cranioscopy.
But I'm not talking about anyone from last week's big spelling bee. I'm talking about Sean Newman. Sean lives in Sea Isle City, New Jersey, and back when he was in 8th grade, he realized he had a gift. Now at 22, there may be no one alive who can spell quite like him.
Hippopotamus.
H-I-M-O-P-P-S-U.
Then again, who would want to?
Candy cane?
A-C-C-D-E-N-N-Y.
Johnson.
H-A-N-N-N-O-S.
He doesn't know how to spell, I know that.
If you guess that Sean Newman can spell backwards, you're absolutely wrong, because this is much more impressive than that. For example, take the word carpet. He can spell it. Most anyone can spell it. But Sean can also rearrange the letters in alphabetical order. For example, he would start out with the A, and then go to the C, and then the E, and so on and so on. The point is that most of us would have to look at the word to do it. But Sean can do it in his head, and he can do it just like that. Carpet.
A-C-A-P-R-T.
Plug.
G-L-P-U.
History.
H-I-O-R-S-T-Y.
It's bizarre. It's a bizarre thing that you've got going.
Yes.
Clock.
C-C-K-L-O.
Elevator.
A-E-L-O-R-T-V.
Kaleidoscope.
A-C-D-E-E-I-K-L-O-O-P-S.
That's scary.
Sometimes. I mean, I'm thinking about other things when you're even telling me about that. Like right there, I was looking outside and thinking, I hope it doesn't rain because I got my window up.
Well, you weren't even concentrating?
Not at all. It doesn't take any effort at all. That's alphabetized. Effort.
Effort is?
Yeah.
Right. Sean says he honestly doesn't know how in the world he's able to do this.
Baloney. A-B-G-L-N-O-O.
So we turn to someone who might know. Dr. Kathy Hirsch-Pasick is a psychology professor at Temple University.
It could be that he is the Shakespeare of alphabetizing. You know, Shakespeare was a marvelous writer. Many of us could write, but we don't write like Shakespeare. So some people have heightened abilities in certain areas, and Sean may be one of those people who, with alphabetizing, he can just really nail it. On the other hand, it could be a skill that any of us could learn if we sat down and worked at it hard enough.
I assume it's great for parties.
Yeah, it is.
And it's probably also good for... What else would it be good for?
I really don't know.
But whether or not Sean Newman ever finds any practical application for this God-given talent, he has, if nothing else, shown us once again the incredible, untapped potential of the human mind. Edison showed us that. Einstein showed us that. And although it's a shame he couldn't come up with a better way, now we have Newman to show us that. Genius is genius, no matter how you spell it.
By the way, apart from this particular kind of genius, Sean Newman describes himself as otherwise just an average guy. That's average. A-A-E-E-G-R-V. Time for us to be on our way, but before we close out our work for tonight, here's a look at what's ahead from CBS News.
I'm Jane Robelo. On This Morning, too many cigarettes or pills or drinks, substance abuse, the hidden illness that's hitting older women in surprising numbers.
And on the evening news, 30 years ago, he held a fatally wounded Robert Kennedy in his arms. Tomorrow, for the first time since the assassination, you will hear from Juan Romero.
And that's our show for this evening. For all of us here at Public Eye in Studio 45, I'm Bryant Gumbel. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
For a video cassette of tonight's Public Eye with Bryant Gumbel, please call 1-800-934-NEWS.
Saturday, an important visitor.
General Wooden?
An assassination attempt. Can a doctor save the only man who can free your husband, Dr. Quinn?
He will not die.
Then, when you know tomorrow's news,
that if he goes through this operation, it could put his life on the line.
you get less than 24 hours to stop a friend's death. Early edition. And a racehorse tycoon will stop at nothing to win. But all bets are off when Chuck Norris comes out of the gate.
What do you want, Walker? How about 50 years of your life?
Walker, it's all CBS Saturday.
The address is CBS. Welcome home.